Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. I am sorry, no hamsters this morning. Again, they're all sleeping. It is 6:57 a.m. I've been up since 5 o'clock. When I came in, little Dr. Snurf, that's his name, he was moving around inside of his cage. He loves his little pie box, which has the circular opening on the bottom, and then it just sits on top of him like a hermit crab shell. When I came in, it was moving all around because he was doing stuff and he was underneath it, and it was moving around on top of him. But he had his burrow and he was just moving around his burrow, and the thing was moving around with him, and it was really, really cute. But he's asleep now. Little Gojira was up when I came in at about 5 o'clock, but she's asleep now. So I'm very sorry. All my hamsters are sleeping, and I don't like waking them up because they're asleep in their little houses, their homes, their burrows, their safe place.
I ate the meat of another human raw, like an animal. This is a nightmare. Oh no, it's...
And I want them to know that their safe place is their safe place. I'm not going to go digging them out. I have in the past, of course. I'm a human being, I have desires, and they are just small fuzzy rodents, smaller than my hand, so ultimately their decisions, their wants, needs, and desires are secondary to like my wanting to show them off on webcams. So, but I try my best to let them sleep and feel safe. So I'm very sorry, no hamsters this morning. I feel bad. What also makes me feel bad is I have been sitting too much. I can tell you that. Why do I know that I have been sitting too much? Well, not only has my pulse gone up because I haven't been able to go walking as much, but I'm also fighting 2 pressure sores. Yay! On the fold between my thigh and my buttock, on the inside of my thigh, on the left side, where the fold of my skin and the fold of my clothing, the clothing, of course, comes up with a bigger blob because of the fold. Because it's a bigger blob, because of the fold of the cloth and the fact that it's caught in a fold of skin, that punches off the blood supply to that area even more than just normally sitting does. Remember, skin dies after 2 hours without a position change. You need to have a 10 degree change in your position so that blood can flow into the area that has been constricted, and that you're constricting an area that has had blood. Well, because of my back, I have to sit in a certain specific way, and because of that, I'm always on the same pressure point. If I shift my position so that it changes the pressure point, that shifts my back so I can't sit. The pain is too bad. So I'm really having to fight an issue that's not fun. Because I can only sit in really one position. That's like when I try to sleep at night. I can't sleep on my back, so I can't lay on my back. But if I try to lay on my back hurts and my legs go numb. I mean, my back hurts to the point that I need help. At least 2 other people to get me up and moving because I can't. The pain is so bad. I can't lay on my stomach because I can't turn my head far enough side to side because your neck is supposed to come up out of your thoracic vertebrae, come up like this, and then your neck curves like this, kind of a soft curve, where the straight back part of your neck curves forward, and then it comes backward and then up into your skull. My neck juts out of my thoracic vertebrae like a crane, and so my skull, if I pull way back, I can get semi-properly, but that's painful. My head is like, instead of being up like this, it's shoved out like that, and so there's a lot of stress on my head and neck, and so I can't sleep on my stomach. And I can't sleep on my right side. I can lay on my right side for about an hour, hour and a half before I have to turn over because my spine feels like it's grown 6-inch spikes and is rotating through my body. So I can't stay on that side long. I can lay on one side and sleep, and that hurts so much after just a few hours. So now I can only sit in one position, and I'm getting pressure sores because of that. I've had pressure sores before where when my wife was sitting where she had to sit and I would sit in my computer chair playing on my computer where I could watch her. And I sat in my chair except when I had to take her to medical appointments and when I had to do things around the house, etc., or would sit with her on the sofa. But when I was in my computer chair, I was in my computer chair, and I had some pressure sores back then that weren't fun. So it's joyous. I mean, I'm not even sitting long. I'm sitting long. You know, I come in here at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I sit until I'm done, and then I go walkies around 6 o'clock when I go. I haven't gone the past 2 nights because I've wanted to be able to sleep. So, yay. Pressure sores are fun. They're joyous. They're not actually through the skin yet. It's just the skin is very sore to the touch. I'm quite sure that if I could see it, it would be very bright red because that's what skin does when it's in having issues, troubles, problems. It's in, what is the word? It's in distress. So that's exciting. I'm glad about that. Not really, of course. There's a kitty head, little Amelia kitty. She's a good kitty. She's eating some food. That's a good thing. Of course, the very moment I got in here, she started demanding that I feed her because she was dying from lack of hunger. So I've had to tell her, you know, every 2 minutes that it's, oh, you're going to get fed in an hour and a half. You're going to get fed in an hour and 50 minutes. Well, 20 minutes, and you're going to get fed in an hour. You're going to get fed in 59 minutes. Leave me alone. You're going to get fed in 57 minutes. I feed you at 7 o'clock every day. It's not going to change. You're going to get fed in 56 minutes. I mean, I know she doesn't understand English. But still, I have to talk. Thumbs up. Hopefully, I'm actually going to start writing here soon. I've talked about the stories that I have written in the past. I've talked about the stories that I do want to write. I've also talked about why it's so difficult to write, because your brain uses up a good 25% of your body's energy just by existing. And when you have to think, it uses up a hell of a lot more. And you can exhaust yourself just by thinking. And that's one of the issues. It takes a lot of effort to think and to write, and by the time I'm ready to write, I'm usually used up all my energy because I've done all my YouTube videos and I've possibly gone walkies. So I need to squeak in some time that's not exactly at the end of the day, but doesn't cut into my trying to get stuff done time, because I've still got to get stuff done. I just want to also get my stories written. I still have books that I want to write up in my head. I've got good stories, but when it comes down to it, I mean, I'm not going to be adding to any great American literature or world literature. They're just insane and silly little goofy stories that some of them might have a message or moral, but most of them, the message or moral is, I hope you had a rollicking good time while reading this. And that's the message I'm trying to get across. Some of them, oddly, especially with the later stories where I've tried to come up with this kind of Cthulhu-esque idea of what's going on, and I've actually got 2 horrific things that I've decided that work real good together and would actually work as both science fiction, fantasy, and horror. Because on the one hand, I've talked before about how, there's within Egg Mother, a 25th dimensional creature, she's got her egg sac, and our universe is just one of the eggs within Egg Mother's egg sac, and there are parasitic creatures that live within the egg sac that are extra universal. They feed on the eggs inside the egg sac. They're a parasitic infection. So, I mean, that's horrific enough. One thing I still like, I mean, and I've talked about this before, and I know I'm suddenly going to jump off and just ignore what I was talking about before, but as a 25th dimensional creature, it's bizarre. I mean, we are three-dimensional. Three-dimensional creatures cast a two-dimensional shadow. A two-dimensional creature casts a one-dimensional shadow. Is there such a thing as a one-dimensional creature? But a fourth-dimensional creature casts a three-dimensional shadow. We can't see the fourth dimension. If a fourth-dimensional creature managed to insert itself into our third-dimensional thing, we would likely see it as a sphere. Just a growing sphere. Because in like a flatland thing, two-dimensional world, if we take our three-dimensional body and like our fingers and push our hands into a two-dimensional world, if we enter that frame, they don't see a three-dimensional object. They would see, with our four fingers going into their existence, they would see four growing circles as just a series of shots from our fingers, growing circles. And then as our fingers leave the frame, the circle goes whoop and vanishes. They don't have a third dimension. We don't have a fourth dimension. If you inserted your fingers into our frame from a fourth dimension, it would likely exist as just three-dimensional whoop spheres for whatever entered our frame, and then whoop vanish as it comes in. Now, if with Egg Mother as a 25th dimensional creature, there's directions, who knows what they are. And I figure since it's weird enough, there would be directions that aren't universally, opposing. We have left, right, up, down, forward, backward. They'd have there's thumb and o-thumb. What directions are they? I don't know. I'm not fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional. And then, there's things like a direction that would be, there's thumb and o-thumb opposing, and then one of the dimensions would be like sham, and that's just one direction, like left. Like one of your directions is just left. There is no right. There is no right. Conceptually, physically, nothing to the right. There's never a right. There's only left. So you can turn to the left, and where you were looking does not exist anymore, because there is no right. And so that's one of the dimensions. And then of course we are 3+1 creatures. We have three dimensions, one time sense. And I figure like Egg Mother is 25th dimensional, 4 time senses. One that runs forward from beginning to the end, one that runs from the end back to the beginning, and then 2 other time tracks that you can alter and play backward and forward at will. What would it be like to be and live in that sort of thing? Well, what is it to be like and live in a 3-dimensional space? To a 2-dimensional creature, that would be inconceivable. But to them, and to us, it's just, hey, I'm just existing. So it's kind of bizarre, really weird, but I just wanted to mention the whole dimensional thing. Especially since I have another story where these people end up going into a valley where these events occur, and an event occurs, and these events are, I'm not sure how to end the story because the events take about 500,000 years to play out, and they happen like once every million years, and it just happened that human beings were in there at this point, but they discovered the ruins and bodies and such of some people who were 4+1. 4 dimensions plus 1 time sense. But because of their exposure to all this stuff and their alien tech, they end up getting these partial AI helpers that will lodge themselves in their heads, because the alien type creatures, their things was just, if you want to learn something, they're going to offload something into your 4th dimensional brain, and then you're going to just learn about it from the helper AI. We don't have 4th dimensional brains. When these people are exposed to that sort of stuff, the AI that gets downloaded into our 3-dimensional human brains has to somehow shine a light so that our three-dimensional brains cast a fourth-dimensional shadow so that the AI can run in the fourth-dimensional shadow, because it's just burning out our brains. Now, what does that mean in reality? It just forms some fourth-dimensional structures within our three-dimensional brains, which is essentially a controlled form of cancer, forming new tumors within your brain so that the AI can run inside of your head. So it's a weird story, and it's not going to end well, but we'll see how that goes. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is arranged because even though I get confused, I forget stuff. I've got depression and fibromyalgia and more. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Right now, I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment. Thank you so very much. And if I mispronounce the username, I'm sorry. I'm just American English speaker. We're not good at that sort of thing. So let me call it my Chrome, because I use Chromium for my comments. And Jesus Flowers, good to see you in the comments. Coming to really appreciate seeing your name. Blue Gotcha 317, thank you very, very much. Protector Drone, greatly appreciated. Mia, thumbs up and thank you. Isabella S, thank you very, very much. Ihela Flores, I know I'm nowhere close, but thank you so very much. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, greatly, greatly appreciated. And then Rick A4, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. And Dandy Randy, thumbs up and thank you. Thomas S, greatly appreciated. And then we have Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Jordan Jones, greatly appreciated. Dank Orange, I like that name a lot, thank you. Generic name 987, that's a good name. And FR Gast, greatly appreciated. Connor Y 151, thumbs up and thank you. Lexmark66, greatly appreciated. It's Inferious, thumbs up and thank you. Fit Z, greatly appreciated. Tristan, thumbs up and thank you. And then we have Dedi Arianza, I know I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Tanner Floyd, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Jane Markey, thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. And when you're clinically depressed, that's a good thing. You need to get out of the echo chamber of your head. When I don't talk to other people, when I'm alone for too long, I start to hear my thoughts echoing off the walls. That's not good. So thank you all so very much. And of course, my hand motions were late on that one. It's like, and of course. It's like, where's the delay? My robotics I need an upgrade. And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon, Patreon.com patron. I'm sorry, I got confused. Like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. I am almost minus 400 in my checking account. If you could help in any way, that would be awesome. When my disability comes in, I'm going to be $400 short on that, and that means I'm going to be $300 short on my rent. If you could help, that would be greatly appreciated. Thumbs up, but don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. I just feel desperate. If you could toss me a like, that would be appreciated. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. Otherwise, YouTube is not going to inform you when my videos come out. That would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. Whether this be a simulation, one of a trillion multiple universes, or whether this is it and we're all gonna die in 12 years and that's the end of the human race. Thank you for having come to watch. It is appreciated. I am one dancing monkey in a giant warehouse filled with dancing monkeys, dancing my heart out off near the edge of the walls in the darkness, while a lot of other monkeys, much more talented, some of them with big teams and lights and sound, are out dancing and being great spectacles. But I'm doing my very best, and thank you for watching. It is appreciated. Dancing my heart out for you, a very good thing. Well, shucks, I have this video, I got another video I have to edit and render, another video I need to record, edit and render, still have 2 walkies videos, still need to go walkies, Good golly, Miss Molly. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friends, and that is a very good thing.